doing? It's Muzz here, and today we're going to be learning a few, I was going to say Scottish words, but it's not so much that we're going to be learning Scottish words. It's more to do with the combination of words and the right way to sort of slap them together and make things sound more authentic. Now, if you are watching this and you are in North America, or maybe even England, somewhere obviously outside of Scotland, and you've got a Scottish family, or you're maybe an actor preparing for a Scottish role, or you just want to have a laugh, then maybe you might find this a wee bit useful. Okay, so I love accents, and I love to study accents, and I think I'm pretty good at a few different accents. Now, what we're going to be talking about today, though, is not the Scottish accent. You obviously need to already have that if you want to attempt some of the things I've written down here. These are more to do with authenticity, right? So, you know how you've got the sort of BuzzFeed articles and that have the top 20 Scottish insults, that sort of thing. They're all very useful, but let's call them level 1, okay? Get the accent, say it a bit more authentic, let's call that level 2 or 3. What I'm talking about today is like level 9 or 10, okay? Hardcore level 9 or 10, alright? And I think you'll understand why in a minute. So, in being aware of how Scottish people speak, at least a lot of Scottish people speak. Now, here's the caveat. Scotland has a lot of different accents. Mine is originally from Edinburgh. It's gotten a bit bastardised over the years, since I've lived away. But for the most part it's Edinburgh. And obviously what I'll be telling you will be coming from my sort of Edinburgh angle, right? Now, before you click off the video and think, how am I meant to learn authentic Scottish accent for somebody from Edinburgh? Because they're the posh ones, are they no? Well, no. In fact, I would say that some of the words we use in Edinburgh are way more Scottish in a way than them that out west and in Ouijaland. Do you know what I mean? Do you ken what I mean? See, that's one of them. Anyway, no offence to my Ouija pals. Let's get back on track here. So, there's a whole bunch of things I say every day just about, and I started becoming conscious of the way that I say it, in that you could take a sentence, okay, and let me just give you one for example that I use. Now, there might be a couple of swear words in this, so just bear with me. So let's start off with an easy one. What are you after? So if you were a salesperson, you might say, well, what are you after? What are you looking for? What are you after? What can I get for you? And it's in the tone of voice, like what are you after is like, what do you want? But if you say it nicely, oh, what are you after? BMW or Mercedes, or what are you after? Then, it works just fine. But if you want to take it to that extra level, where in daily chit chat you would trim what are you after down to what are you after, and then trim it right down to just you after. So my wife is Canadian, right? And she understands what I mean when I say you after. So she might be, let's say she's looking in the drawers in the kitchen, and I see her looking and I'm saying, what are you after? You after? And she'll say, I'm just looking for the scissors, you know, that sort of thing. So that's a good one to, if you've got Scottish friends or family and you want to impress them, or you want to just, not so much impress them, but just confuse the hell out of them. Because if you're English, or if you're American, or you're Canadian or Australian, and you've got your Scottish cousin or whatever coming to stay with you, and they start looking for something, and you just go like that, you after? They're gonna suddenly, you know, they're gonna get a shock. It's gonna be brilliant. You should definitely do that. So other versions of that trimmed question might be, what are you up to? Oh, what are you up to? What are you up to? Trim it down. You up to? Just, you up to? That works really good. Same as you after, you up to. So let's just say you know, you're bored and you might go check on your pal, or a group of people. Might be, what are yous up to? What are yous up to? Yous up to? Yous up to? See, to me it makes perfect sense. If somebody walked in the pub and I was sitting there, and a guy came over and said, "Hi, Muzz, you up to?" I would know exactly what they mean by that, and I would answer appropriately. Okay. Another one would be, what is the matter? What is the matter with you? Samatter with you? Samatter with you? Or just samatter? 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 So it's almost like you're hinting at the what's the matter, but you're just bringing it in from the matter. Smatter. Samatter. It's like your brain fills in the gaps that he or she did actually say what's the matter, but all they actually heard was samatter. So that's a good one. So perhaps we can get into some of the more slightly cheeky ones. Okay, so my cat, my beautiful, adorable little cat, who I love, but I still swear at him, you know, so if he gets under my feet, I'll tell him to move his arse. So move your arse, you know, but I mean it in a loving way, right? But I became conscious that I wasn't even really saying move your arse, I was just saying your arse, your arse, your arse. And it was like I was just shaving off the move from move. Your arse, your arse. What if I was saying the move? It was the move. It was just a wee hint of your arse. So that's another shortened, efficient way of speaking. Again, if you know, your Scottish auntie comes over and she sits down in your favourite seat, you could just go, yeah, of your arse, it's my seat. Like, that would be level 10. She'd probably have a heart attack or something, but do you know what I mean? Like, that'd be the way to do it. Then, what the fuck is going on? But it's silent. The most part of the word fuck is silent, right? So instead of walking in and saying what the fuck is going on, you could just say, what's going on? What's going on? Like, you're almost whispering, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? And that, again, trim it all down, you won't even really get in trouble, because even though the other person may have heard the F word, you never actually said it. Okay. Now the classic one, the absolute classic, is sake. So I like to call this one the badly pronounced Japanese alcoholic beverage. Sake. Sake. Sake, man. Because really everybody knows when you hear a Scottish person say sake, they mean for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. And it just comes out sake. But it's almost like the S on the end of for fuck's sake is just, it's just perfect. It's perfect. It flows, right? So, sake. And if you, sake man, whatever, then, you know, it's up to you. But, again, classic example. Now, like I said, anybody can learn the accent and anybody can learn the words, but it's the chopping and the trimming and the combining of these words that I feel like is that, you know, gets you the higher sort of certificate, if you know what I mean. So that's for your arse sake. What's going on? What's going on? And yupty. Yefta. What yefta? Yefta. Samara. Smart way. Smart. Samara. Samara. Now what about I'm gonna just tack a wee bit. So this is probably more aimed at North Americans, this one particular one. So in North America everybody says going downtown, okay? Going down the town. Now maybe some other Scottish people can correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure I'm right though, that everybody in Scotland says up the toon. So, you know, you come in and you say, where'd Muzz go? Oh, he went up the toon. Muzz never went down the town. He never went downtown. Okay, that's something that you only say in North America, as far as I'm aware. Maybe English people say it, I don't think so though. It's always up the toon. He's away up toon. He's away up the toon. So if you've got a script or a joke or I don't know, whatever reason it calls for downtown and it's meant to be Scottish, just change it to up the town or up toon. He's away up the toon. Up the toon. And director, writer, if you're in a movie or whatever, they might be like, what? Why'd you change it? You just say, well, it's more authentic, right? Because that's how Scottish people speak. I know, because I watched a YouTube video about it, so I'm an expert. So that's a good one for you to know. Right, what other ones have I got? So another one, now this might only be regional in Scotland, but it's something that my family said. So if you're in a house and say your mum goes through to the kitchen and somebody says, well, where's your mum? Oh, she's in the kitchen, or she's through in the kitchen. A better option might be to say, she's been the kitchen. She's been the kitchen. Or just been the kitchen. Been means through, in there. Been the toilet, been the kitchen, been the... But I think, although I would say that Ben, no, I haven't googled this, and I'm going purely off what I think is right. Ben is an immediate adjoining room. Okay, so saying Ben the neighbour's house or Ben the garage might not, it doesn't sound right to me. I think it's an immediate adjoining room. So, and it's usually Ben the kitchen for some reason. Okay. Right, so uptown instead of downtown or downtown. Ben the kitchen instead of in the kitchen. Another one that I don't know if everybody else says this one, but when you're finished, like when you're done, a Scot might ask you, is that you, aye? Is that you, aye? Is that you, yes? You're like, well, yeah, of course it's me. But it means, is that you, aye? Is that you done? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you, aye? Is that you? Just say, is that you? Ready to go? Like, we're about to get in the car. Is that you? Right, let's go. Is that you? Right, come on. Again, moan would be short for come on. But come on in Scottish is apparently far too long, so we had to shorten it to just moan. And the classic phrase to get, if you want to fight someone is moan then, instead of come on then. It's just moan then, like square go, that sort of thing. So that's another good one to remember. Right. The one I used a lot when I first went to New Zealand, and it became a bit of a joke in the office I worked in, and even the New Zealanders picked up on it, and they started saying it was hilarious, was simply joking. Joking. So instead of you are kidding me, you are joking. Like if something ridiculous happened or there was a problem, I'd just say, oh, you're joking. And that would just be shortened to joking. And having all these Kiwis saying that in the office was amusing to me. So now I'm going to get into one of my favourite words, which is pish. Okay, so the sentence that I wanted to draw your attention to now is I've had enough of your pish. Okay, I've had enough of your nonsense, I've had enough of your BS. Okay, I've had enough of your pish. Now, it's very important that it's your pish, because it makes it worse somehow. I've had enough of the pish. It's kind of neutral. Your pish. I've had enough of your pish. It means that you're owning the fact that you're talking pish. Okay, so let's just convert that. I've had enough of your pish. Now we don't need a I've had in. Let's delete that. Enough of your pish. Enough of your pish. Enough of your pish. Enough of your pish. Okay, that's enough. That's all you need. Enough of your pish. Or nae mair of your pish. Okay, so like no more of your BS, no more of your nonsense, no more of your pish, nae mair of your pish. That's probably more of a complete sentence, that one, but it sounds good. So that's probably my list for now. There's always millions more. Oh, that's a good one. I'll just add that on. And again, this is just mostly my accent. I have a tendency to turn I's into U's, so instead of millions or milk, it would be millions and milk. So again, if you can hear that and put that into whatever you're going to say, either in your script or in front of your Scottish cousin or your Scottish auntie, if you can just adopt some of those and throw them in there, you'll blow their mind. Honestly, they'll think that, because that's the only, when you're Scottish and you hear somebody else speaking very good in your accent, it's impressive, very impressive, but usually they still use the same words that they used from their original accent, with exceptions of obviously certain words. But if you can throw some of these in, like "Samaar wi ye," or "Yefter," or "Yapti," "You after some milk?" Check the fridge, there's milk in there, which should be obvious. But that sort of thing. I think if you can do some words like that, and but I do think, if in doubt, something's always going to happen that's going to require a punctuation when your Scottish family comes to visit. You see something happen on the news, and you just turn around and go, "Sake." Like, even if you just do that one, it could be the game changer. Like, they'll be amazed. I mean, they might, although the problem with that though is it's so good that they might not believe you. They might think they misheard you. So you might need to go back to, "For fuck's sake," just to clarify that it is in fact what they heard that was correct. And then once they've heard it and they get a bit of a laugh at it, then you can use "sake." "Sake, man." "Sake, man" might be a good option if you don't want to swear. "Sake, man." However, word of warning, even if you say "sake, man" in front of your Scottish auntie, your Scottish uncle, or whatever, they might still tell you off for swearing, because they'll hear the F word even though you never said it. Okay. Anyway, that's your Scottish lesson for today. I hope that this was an interesting ASMR video for you. It was just something that I thought of. I don't think anybody else on YouTube, and certainly not on ASMR, has come up with it. So the video's completely original, right? Totally original. And I'd love it if you would. If you like the video, get a thumbs up. If you think the video's pish, get a thumbs down. Share it if you want. If you don't want, whatever. Do what you want. Do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care. Catch you later.